Hi, this is Karen with newclevelandradio.net. And yes, I can coaching. And I just wanted to share some information with all of you. Um, I know our podcasts have been a little bit sporadic lately, and I apologize for that. No, I don't apologize. You know why? A little over a month ago, I had an accident. Accidents do happen. And sometimes it's because we're not being real careful with what we're doing in our life. And that's what happened to me 5 weeks ago today. Um, I went to the car wash. I decided to get out and vacuum my car. I was wearing flip flops. And guess what? I flipped, I flopped, and I got hurt. So I want to tell you that, I am recovering. Um, and I have some days that are better than others. So please just bear with us as we get back on track. Because I know I will be there soon. And I just noticed my background is flipped. So I'm sorry. That's a little bit of what's going on in my brain these days. I don't notice everything right away. So I apologize for that. But to get on with what my message is today, um, I'm asking all of you to put out some really good vibes. You know, we're always putting out on Facebook and Twitter and places like that, you know, please get your prayer warriors together. There's someone ill in my family, or I'm not feeling well. You know what? If you pray, you pray. If you think good thoughts. But there's a lot of us going through some turmoil, and we don't know what anyone's going through unless they tell us. And sometimes it's just not appropriate for them to tell us what's going on. In my case, I'm going to tell you, yes, I fell. I re injured my leg. It is coming along, but there are some days that, you know what, whether it's the weather or the way I slept during the night or I did too much the day before, whatever, there are some days that I can barely move the leg. I'm still going to physical therapy. This week there was a kink in the armor, and I'm not going to go into all that, but I'm just going to tell you that, um, you know what? You take one day at a time and don't make assumptions about other people. You know, we do that way too often. And that's why we do these podcasts to share reality. Excuse me. It's allergy season here in Cleveland, and I'm sniffling like crazy. But we make assumptions of other people's lives. And if we don't know everything that's happening, our assumptions can be very wrong. And remember about that word assumption? Oh, yeah, making an ass of you and me. So don't assume. Uh, and, sometimes it's okay to ask. And the answer might be, I don't want to tell you. The other thing I want to share with you is that, you know what, as tough as your life might be, not everybody needs to know all the gory things. Believe me, you know, there's just enough to tell people. And if you're making the same decisions over and over again, and they're wrong, and you know they're wrong, don't you think it's time to start making those changes? You know, I'm constantly changing my path. And I'm going to thank Candace Pollock and some other wonderful coaches out there who have guided me through making those changes. You know, there's a fork in every road. And as you're going straight, and if it's not right, you need to look to the right, you need to look to the left. And you know what? Sometimes you need to look in between. So do yourself a favor. Ask yourself when you wake up in the day, what is it that I want to accomplish? Who do I want to be? What do I want to portray myself as? What if this is the last chance I have to show the world who I am. Your world might be large and it might be small. And it doesn't matter because the world is about you right now. Okay? Not being selfish, but bringing your best out. You know, I've learned a lot in the last couple of years. And boy, I wish I had had some of the smarts I have today back when I was either growing up or even as a young adult or even as a middle-aged adult. I made a lot of mistakes, but now I'm going back and looking at them and saying, what can I learn from that? And I'm learning and I'm making those changes. Some are difficult, and I will agree, I'm not always perfect at making the right decisions. And that's why I work with coaches, and that's why I'm a coach. I have so much experience in just living life and having friends and business acquaintances and seeing what they've gone through to be able to sit down and listen intently and know how to ask the right questions. Not to tell you how to live your life, not to tell you what you need to change, but have you decide what you think you need to change. And maybe there's nothing. Maybe you are one of those perfect people. Jokingly, I tell my husband that he needs to hire me as a coach. And his answer always is, but I'm imperfect. I'm perfect. Well, he knows he's not. But of course, change is hard. And for some people, it's even harder. I love my husband. Are there things I would change about him? You know what? I think if I changed him, I may not love him so much. So my answer is probably not. I wouldn't change him. Although if he would do a few extra things around the house, maybe that would be great for me. But you know what? I'm not going to worry about that. But what this podcast is really about, or this message, however, the way you take it, is this. Everyone has issues, and sometimes they come out in anger. Sometimes they come out when we distance ourselves from each other. And sometimes they come out in humor that may not be so humorous to some of us. So give yourself a break and give the people around you a break. Try to figure out what's going on. Don't make assumptions. If you would have seen me this weekend, you probably would have thought I was a negative Nelly. I was in a lot of discomfort, and I was questioning a lot of things about my medical care. And I had every right to do that. However, I did it, and then I opened up my eyes to decide what my next step was going to be. And my next step is right here, sharing with all of you. So do yourselves a favor, go look in the mirror or turn on your camera and look right into it and speak to it and say, what kind of day do I want to have today? I want to have the best day that I can. I want to feel like Karen Hale is the most supreme being in her life. And that means I can be happy or I can be sad, but I choose to be happy, and I choose to make it through the day and appreciate even the sun behind the clouds, the humidity, which is going to frizz up my hair, and probably some of the people that may not understand this conversation to make some negative thoughts, because today is a great day. I'm alive. I woke up. I got showered. I got dressed, and I'm ready to hit the road. Well, not running, because I still have to use my cane. Yeah. So I'm going to hit the road hobbling, and that's okay. I want to wish you all a great, great day. And let me know how you're doing, because you know what? It's a great day to be a great day.